Hey everybody, it's Eric from the MMG, and today me and my daughter Fiona are going to talk about Paint the Roses. This is by Ben Goldman with art by Jack Quee Davis. And this is a game that we picked up in Gen Con 2024. It's a most curious cooperative game. It plays between 2 to 5 players, ages 11 and up, and plays in about 60 minutes. Let's break this down and take a look at it. Alright, so this is how the game should be set up once you get it unboxed. Setup takes just a couple minutes once you know what you're doing. Obviously the first time it'll take a little bit longer. We did play this with 3 family members together. Like I said, it can play up to 5, and I think that's going to be a sweet spot between the 4 and the 5 range. And I'm excited to play it more with that number. But setup is, like I said, simple. This is a really fun like a social deduction game that you play as a team. You're trying to beat the queen who's trying to behead you, and this is the queen right here. You guys as a team are this symbol, and this is the rabbit, and the rabbit will move, and it basically, as you move around the board, it makes the queen pick up speed, so you have to keep solving harder and harder puzzles. So easy is worth typically 1 point, and when you take an easy card, you'll see a number right here, and that indicates how many it's worth if you solve it. Mediums vary a little bit more. This one's worth 2. There's a 3 right there, so it just depends on what you get. And then the hard ones obviously bring in the most points. These 2 are worth 5. There's a 4. There's a 5 again. So that's how you move. So when you get that, that's how many spaces you move. So if you get a 5, if you get a hard, you move your token up 5. Rounds are done really simple. All of the tokens that you don't use in the initial setup like I have here, which are numbered, the numbers on it, those are the ones that set up on the board. The rest of them go in this bag, and you just shuffle them, and then you're going to fill this little board up with them. And then there's 2 things you need to look at. One is the type. So this is a diamond, this one is a club, this is a spade, and this is a heart. That's the shape of the bushes back in the background. And then you have the color. So this is obviously red, purple, pink, and yellow. And then you're going to have different combinations. Easy ones, it tells you actually that easies are all color to color. So your combination you need to make for this point is a purple and a yellow. So on this board right here, if you look at the main board, we have a yellow right here, we have a purple right here. So when it's your turn and you're trying to get your other teammates to solve your card, you keep this secret, by the way, you don't show them. I would pick one that would match. So if I wanted to go with yellow, I would take this off the board. You get to pick one, that's your first action, and then I get to match it up. And where the strategy comes in is if I put it right here, and this is my card, as you can see, it's just purple-yellow, because that's what I'm matching. I have a purple-yellow right here, and then I also have a purple-yellow right here. And it's all based off the token you just played. So depending on what color you chose, so there's 5 different colors here, your player cubes, you put them on there to indicate how many matches you have. So for this particular card, I would put 2 on there and say I have 2 matches. So then the other team, my other teammates, the other people I'm playing with, have to guess what my combination is based off that. And even if they get it wrong, you still keep your card and they can guess the next turn. So on the harder and harder cards, like this one can be 3 different combinations. Hard can be a color to color, a shape to color, or a color to shape, which gets a lot more difficult. This one right here though, actually not too bad. This is just purple on purple. That one's pretty easy. This one right here, yellow on yellow. These are bad examples for me. Here you go, here's one. Spade shape to a yellow shape. So that's a lot harder to figure out, because when I matched up here, like if I'm matching with here, this actually does match it because this one's yellow and this one's spade. But this one does not match because this one's a diamond and yellow. So I would put 1 cube if this was my card there. And then your team has to guess it, and then you move that many spaces. Every round, depending on how much speed the queen has, she starts with 1. She would move up 1, and then you double it if you missed it. So if you had an improper guess, so we would have moved up 2 that turn since we guessed it incorrectly if we didn't get it right. And then when we pass a rabbit, she gets another flower, and these kind of stack on top of each other here. It picks up her speed, so now she moves 3 spaces, and if we miss, you'd move 6. So as you can see, it can go downhill very quickly if you start making bad guesses. And then every player gets to put a cube on the board to indicate their matches, no matter who put the tile down. Even if your card has a match to it, you can put your cube there, which will help you guess if maybe you have a harder tile. And then once it's over, that next round's over, that you pass this to the next player, and they do the exact same thing all over. It's a really fun and easy to learn game that we really, really enjoy. Fiona, You want to talk a little bit about it?
Sure. The game is a really fun game. I can definitely say that. And it's also cool how they include all the characters from Alice in Wonderland. Maybe not all, but most. And I like how the game is very colorful and very pretty and vibrant. And I also like how it's kind of, I like the style of the game.
You like working together as a team too, where we're not being competitive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really opens up a lot of doors, especially for families who maybe are tired of just playing each other constantly, trying to beat each other. Where there can be a little bit of, animosity there, a little bit of, oh, I don't want to play that game because you beat us every time, Dad, right? We've heard that before. But this game doesn't allow that. Another thing that Fiona just reminded me of is you have these sheets you can track on, because if you're taking a lot of hard clues, it can get confusing. And then you have multiple flowers down, because every turn you would get to place another one down. So maybe on this one you had one token, and on this one you could say, well, I have another match there. You can use these cards to track, to help you try to solve the harder ones, to try to figure out, okay, well, they said this in this, and then we guessed this and got it wrong, so it either has to be, pink, yellow, or orange, or whatever your problem is. So it does come with this as well, which is really nice. All right, any final thoughts? Would you recommend this game to your friends?
Definitely. You forgot to mention that you use these and you can choose a player to reach their arm end, and when they choose that, they put that in the greenhouse.
Yep, you refill this greenhouse every turn. I did forget to mention that, thank you. Mm-hmm. So the active player just draws one, and then you put it in to the greenhouse just like that. All right, this is a game I would definitely recommend, Paint the Roses. You can pick it up online on Amazon. I'll have a link in the video description below. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us for our review of Paint the Roses. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have yourself a great day.